Hi, I'm Josh, and this is Cars and Joshy. Welcome back to Cars and Joshy. In this video, fuel system part 4, I will be getting my tank mounted, and I'll be repairing a tank strap insulator that I got from G Body parts that kind of ripped on me, and you can see that in another video. But let's get started on the fuel tank. Alright, I'm going to take this strap and try to glue it back together and staple it back together and just do whatever I can to try and get it back together to hold. So I went to Home Depot and picked up some glue. Not a whole lot of things out there that I found that says that it bonds rubber, so whatever I can find. It says 30 seconds to bond, 30 minutes to dry. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little while, and then I'll come back out later and hit it with some staples, see if I can't get it to stay on. Alright, so I was getting ready to put my fuel hose on and mount the tank up, but I saw these wires here and I didn't want to get the tank up there and then be like, well, now I gotta fight with these wires to extend them out and hook them into my fuel pump relay kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and splice this kit into here now, so that way I can just hang it down and run it when I need to. With this, so I'll go ahead and do that now. What I'm going to use is these heat shrink butt connectors. That's a 12 gauge, I believe. This is 18 gauge. And I like to be extra, so I'm going to put heat shrink over the heat shrink fitting because I just don't like the looks of butt connectors. So show you what I did with my fuel filter, inline filter. I couldn't really find a great place for my inline filter, so this was the best place I can find. I figured I'd run the fuel lines up over the suspension. I don't want it running through it or too close to it, so come up over here, connect in here, outlet there, and then probably use some of those existing holes to mount the lines and go up towards the front. But it was running really close and actually touching the frame over here. So what I had done, I just took a little piece of aluminum strap and it raised it up just enough to where it doesn't touch anymore. It doesn't touch against the frame anymore. So yep, that's what I have on there. I'm gonna try to get this tank in position. Bolts that are an inch longer and some bolts that are 1.5 inches longer, because I heard I might need them, but I sure as hell didn't get any bolts that are 1 foot longer. So you can see I'm trying to hold the tank up with my knees and push it up with my legs, but I still got quite a huge gap left to go, and I'm nowhere close. So I'm thinking about getting a pretty big zip tie, maybe zip tying these up, and trying to rethink what I need to do to get this tank mounted. Okay, y'all, I had my wife come and rescue me with some zip ties. I might try and get these straps up one at a time, because it doesn't, and it's way off from being able to get up in here with the bolt to bolt that strap up. I'm gonna go on this side where there's some light. So I started with one zip tie, and I didn't trust that one would hold it for a long time, so I threw a second one up there on each side. And so I don't really want to get a jack up under it. I might try that, but I'm a little bit worried about causing damage to the tank, you know, if that strap isn't compressing, I can't get it up here. So that's where I'm at right now. It's coming, but it ain't. It's being stubborn. So I'll keep working at it, I guess. I wanted to show y'all this gap compared to the original bolt. Here's the original bolt length. Original bolt. And this is after I was able to get the zip ties on there. I mean, the strap was way down here I was pushing up on my knees, or pushing up with my knees, so you can see that's, here, let me try and line it up. That's quite a ways off. I heard this was a challenge from a few forums, I guess. That's what I saw it on. So I got one that's a 1/2 inch longer, that's still a 1/2 inch to 1 inch away, and then got one that's 1 inch longer, and that one is still a little ways away, but I think this one is gonna be the one to use to try and get it all the way up there. Got that bolt in there, got my tank mounted. I fought with that bolt for like 8 hours or something. It was ridiculous. I cross-threaded it like 4 different times. I had to re-tap the hole and re-thread the bolt. It was just being a pain in the ass. And I came out here tonight and got it in there in like 5 minutes. So I don't know what was going on there, just giving me problems. But I got it up there now, and yeah, anyone that's a mechanic can relate to that. Odd issues with things that happen sometimes. Gremlins or something. But tank is on there. I'm going to run the lines in another video. Hey everybody, so I'm pretty excited about having the tank in. It's a pretty big milestone for the project because now it lets me be more flexible in where I want to go from here. I can either throw in the interior as is and go ahead and do the motor swap and have a driver and work on getting better parts while it's drivable, or I can continue my current path of doing the Restomod from the ground up, from the back to the front, you know, and doing everything in stages before it's on the road and having it completely done by the time I get to the motor. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. But if you enjoy what you've been seeing so far, please like and subscribe. I know there's a lot of viewers that I have out there that are not subscribers yet, but I appreciate getting those subscription numbers up. And as always, thanks for watching Cars and Joshy. Josh out.